Hey YouTube, welcome back. It's been a little bit, kind of been laying low. We'll talk about why in a second. Reminder, if you want a lesson with me, check the link in the description below. One of my students just made All-State, which is super cool. And I have a feeling that I helped, and I can help you too. So just check it out. Anyway, I have a couple little life updates and some equipment updates as well. First, we'll talk about the life stuff, since that's more boring, and I want to keep you guys hooked until the end of the video. I took a break of 4 days, 4 entire days away from the instrument, which is a longer break than I've taken since 2019, 2018. I actually don't remember the last time I took more than 2 days off of the horn. And the reason why I don't do that is, one, practicing consistently is a good thing. And two, I am really afraid of coming back to the instrument and starting from scratch. Not really from scratch, obviously, but from a lower point than where I was. Because every time I've done this in the past, like traveled or gone on vacation or whatever it is, I come back to the instrument and it just feels awful for way too long. And this has happened so many times that I'm really scared of taking time off the instrument. But I realized I don't need to be in tip-top playing condition constantly all the time throughout COVID. It's good to practice, but I can also practice coming back to the instrument. So that's what I did. Took 4 days off. Felt really good because I was feeling really beat up. I was playing probably a little too much. And this is my second day back, and it feels really good. Taking it really easy, just an hour a day for the first couple days. Might add a half hour tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, I'm also revamping my practice. So in the past, I would just kind of choose an instrument at random out of my collection of instruments, and I would just play it for 3 hours straight, and that was it. I'd warm up and I'd do lots of fundamental stuff, and I'd play etudes and play solos and stuff, and I would just destroy my face every day. At some point I was like, well, at different points I would play two instruments a day or 3. Sometimes I'd switch in the middle of the day. Sometimes I would just start changing things around on one instrument. It was very random, and in a way that's kind of good. But I've decided to be a little more pragmatic with my approach, and I got an app for my phone, which I'm using to take the video so I can't show you, called Random Name Picker. It's a thing that if you're running a raffle or something, you would put everybody's names in it, and you would hit select, and it would choose a name at random. What I'm doing is I made a list of all my tenor instruments and a list of all my bass instruments, and every day I pick a tenor instrument and a bass instrument, and I'll play both of those all day. And that way, since the lists are not the same length, I'm playing a different combo every day. Every time I run out of instruments after however many days, 5 days or 3 days, it just resets, and so I'm always playing a different combo. I'm always mashing up different things, and it's a way healthier approach than just kind of picking my favorites or being like, what have I not played in a while? This way I actually hit every instrument within a couple weeks, and it's also at random. I like to be at random, but I also want to be a little more consistent. So it kind of does both. I've also got an app that I've had for years actually called Seconds Pro. It's an interval timer. It's something you would use if you're doing interval training while you're working out, where you say, I'm going to do sit-ups for 7 minutes, and then I'm going to sprint back and forth for 5 minutes, and then blah, blah, blah. I'm going to rest for 3 minutes. You set up a whole list of these intervals, and the app just basically goes, all right, your 5 minutes are up, go run now. And you can set up custom things. And what I've done is I got the idea from Tom Hooten. He's the principal trumpet of the Los Angeles Philharmonic. I went to a master class in 2016, forever ago. And he was like, I use this app, and I practice for 10 minutes and take 5 minutes off. Just constantly throughout the day. For his practice time, maybe 2 or 3 hours. Probably for him, more than that. But he doesn't just sit down, because he's like me. He'll just sit down and play for 3 hours straight. Just not stop playing. and that's not good for you. It's not really good practice. It's not good for your face. You need to take those breaks, and the interval timer forces you to do that. And so I've started using that. I set up 3 or 4 custom timers for myself, where I say, like, this is warm-up time, this is slur time, this is articulation time, blah, 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 with little 5-minute breaks in between. Each little chunk is 10 minutes. And each one of these timers is like about an hour long, so I can just go through a whole section of things and then take like a longer 20-minute break and then start my etude practice timer and work on an etude for 55 minutes or something like that. It's just really nice way to standardize my practice, because I'm very, very bad at being organized. I'll play stuff and I'll get things done, but I'm not doing it in a consistent, organized manner. So I've got 2 apps. They're going to help me get on track, and I'm really excited to use them more after I get my chops back, of course. Not that my chops are gone, but, not totally there right now. Anyway, new equipment. This is not one of them. This is just my 42B. Actually really happy with this lately, so I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I don't think I've shown you guys this Ultimate Brass Koran orchestral mouthpiece. George Cram helped design the Shire's Koran model bass trombone, obviously, which I very much enjoy. And I'm pretty sure in the past he played a Greg Black 1G or 1 1/8 G. I'm not totally sure. I haven't asked him or anything. But he has since moved to Ultimate Brass, which are just kind of easier to work with, I think. And he's designed a whole line of mouthpieces with them. This is the orchestral version, kind of a deeper one, a little more open, but not as open as some of the other ones. And I think it's got like a 1 1/8 G rim, so smaller than the 1G rim. I got it for actually pretty cheap for it being gold plated. These are like $250 new or something. I think it was $100, so much cheaper than they are new. And I don't especially like it. The rim is just small enough that the 1G rim feels better for me. I actually didn't expect the rim size to be a size smaller, but it's also deeper and more open than the 1G, so it's kind of both things I don't want. I kind of like this rim, but I would like it to be maybe a little bit shallower. I don't hate it. I'd like to try it on his model bass trombone, and I'm excited to play it on my upcoming axial instrument. It might be really cool on that. Not a huge fan though. It's okay, and it makes a pretty cool sound. The pedal range is like amazingly fantastic, like one of the best of any of the mouthpieces I have. Otherwise, I don't know. It's a big shrug. It's not bad. It's not great. I also got this really super neat, another one, Bach New York 11 seed. I almost said 7 seed. I have one of those. You can see the shank is unplated and a little messed up. I'm going to get that fixed. The cool thing about this is that it is a screw rim mouthpiece. And it is a screw rim mouthpiece from the Bach factory in 1937 or something. So you can take the rim off. I don't really know why they did this. I think maybe this would have had another rim that you could have swapped out. This one feels like a wide rim, so I wonder if the other one was like an 11C not wide, because usually the 11C is not that wide. I'm not sure. I haven't even played it because the shank is messed up enough that it won't really go in my lead pipes, and it's too small for me anyway. But it was cheap. I actually traded another mouthpiece I don't use, so just super cool. Screw rim New York Bach mouthpiece. I don't know. That's just super cool. I also got this box, which is full of a Bach 36 straight neck pipe. It's got all the parts to make my 36K into a straight 36. So I think I might have this. I'm not going to swap it to a straight 36. It's going to be convertible, so I can go back and forth. And this is super cheap too. I was like, I kind of feel like I kind of have to buy it just so I can do it. I'm not sure. If nothing else, I have an entire straight neck pipe and all the braces and stuff, so I can make my 42 straight if I wanted to. Also, I got another case. This is a Reunion Blues. Sadly, it's a China-made one, not a San Francisco-made one. Oh well, it was cheap. This is a Reunion Blues double tenor case in Cordura. So this is going to hold, for now, it's going to hold my 16M and my 42B. Basically, I just want to replace all these stupid giant box stock cases I have. I have like 4 right now, and I'm going to take them all to the dump. They're going to go away forever. This is super handy. I'm probably not going to like use this a lot for gigs, if gigs ever happen again. Probably not going to use it a lot for gigs, but it'll be great storage for 2 instruments at the same time and 2 slides, almost more importantly. And that frees up a slot in my double bass case, which also needs to store like an extra bell and a slide and stuff. So really happy to get rid of some of these giant Bach cases that just take up so much space and kind of consolidate more of my stuff in smaller double cases. Like I said, probably not going to use it to actually like take 2 tenors to a gig, but hey, you never know. That's all I got. A couple of equipment things, couple life things, and I'll see you guys next time.